Hi guys, how's everyone? So we're gonna go through our new menu now for Elements Bar and Grill. I hope everyone is well prepared for this training. So when you are watching this video, make sure you have a fair bit of time in your hand. This is gonna be a long training, so understand what we're trying to say. We are spending our time here to make sure that you understand the menu properly, and yes, there will be more training, more further training given to you on the job while you're serving this. But as a preliminary training, this is what you're gonna get. Use this training video properly, please. And followed by this, there will be a test that Beantangle posts. So you need to take that test. If you don't pass that test, you will not be rostered once we release this new menu. So I have Kumar with me here. And many of you front of house, you might not know him. He's our executive chef. So Kumar will run you through for some notes first of all, and then I'll start going through the menu as quickly as possible. All right, Kumar, go.
Okay. So, you want to go the notes? So from our menu, we used to use sesame seed, sesame paste, and nuts in our dukkha and a few other stuff. So we have completely removed the sesame seed in our prep, and then nuts in our peanuts in our prep. We still use pine nuts for pesto. So let's go through the menu one by one. So garlic bread, I have noticed that people are ordering 2 pieces, 3 more than 2 pieces, but it's not only for 1 or 2 pieces, not more than 2 pieces. So please don't order. Please make sure everyone make a note. It's no more than 2 pieces. So if someone don't want cheese, then yeah, we can remove the cheese, but it contains a dairy. It contains a dairy, but it doesn't contain the cheese. But we add the cheese at the end, so we can remove the cheese for any kind of modification when you're taking an order. So going to the next item, toast and tallow. So toast and tallow, we used to give a 2 challah bread previously, but now we have changed the price. We have lowered down the price, and now it's only 1 challah bread. And we are putting beef enduja, which is a bit mild to medium spicy. So if
sorry, let me correct. The correct pronunciation is beef enduja. So just for everyone's sake, it's pronounced beef enduja, like ya enduja.
Yeah. So beef enduja, it's mild to medium spicy. So if anyone wants not spicy, then we can remove it.
Kumar, I don't think it will. No, it won't be classified as mild. It'll be more
to medium.
Medium to spicy. Yeah,
okay.
Medium and above spiciness. So on a scale of 10, I would rate that at
5, 6.
Almost at least 6, 7.
Okay. So if someone don't want spicy, then we can remove it. We put it in, so we can easily remove it. So one more new note for the challah bread. We normally used to get a challah bread with the sesame seed. Now we have replaced the challah bread. Instead of sesame seed, we are getting with the poppy seed. So it's a challah bread.
He's talking about the sesame seed on the top, on the top of the bread.
So it can be, and now we have removed to poppy seed. We have moved to poppy seed, so the bread doesn't contain any sesame seed.
So one second. So just to recap what he is saying, and what we have done is we've completely removed peanuts from production to our kitchen at the restaurant. There's no peanuts whatsoever in our entire operations anymore. And what's the other one? Sesame. So we used to use tahini, which is a sesame paste, in our beetroot dip. We don't use that anymore. There's no sesame garnish, so basically no sesame whatsoever. These are the 2 highest allergic component within any allergic reaction peoples. So there's no peanuts, there's no sesame in our menu anymore. So if anyone comes to you with those allergens, you can confidently say that yes, we have no issues with peanuts. I'm not talking about tree nuts or just any nuts. I'm talking about peanuts.
Yeah.
So no peanuts and no sesame. Yeah. We do have other nuts, such as we carry hazelnuts, pistachio, pine nuts.
Yeah.
Those are the 3 nuts. Almond, no more.
No, we don't use almonds.
No more almonds.
So if someone is confused about the chestnut, it's not a nut again. So
and we also have chestnuts now in the new menu, but we'll explain that.
It's not a. So coming next, another one is the stracciatella and heirloom tomato bruschetta. So it have got the nuts. It have got nuts in the pesto. So if someone wants bruschetta without the nuts, then we can make it with without the pesto. And yeah, so we can remove the pesto from the bruschetta, the pesto from the bruschetta, but it's gonna be normal with the olive oil, salt and pepper only, not the pesto, any pesto dressing. So it have got some dairy, it have got some gluten, and it have got the nuts. But if someone wants without the dairy, without the gluten, without the nuts, then we have to make it like complete vegan dish with the bruschetta bread. Or if someone wants the dairy free, then we have to remove the stracciatella cheese. If someone is confused about the stracciatella, it's a cheese. So yeah, if someone wants without the dairy, then we can remove the stracciatella cheese, but it's just gonna be tomato and tomato bruschetta. Let's go to the next one, fried burrata and spicy vodka sauce. So previously we used to use garlic bread in the fried burrata. Now we have introduced soldier bread, sourdough soldier toast with dukkha. So we are replacing the garlic bread with the soldier bread.
Let me explain the soldier bread. So the soldier bread is essentially a long piece of toast. That is what soldier bread is. We're using our sourdough bread and we're slicing it into long rectangle pieces, and we're gonna put some olive oil and put some dukkha on top. The dukkha we're making it in our production, by the way. Dukkha is generally made with peanuts. The base product of a dukkha, 50% of the base product of a dukkha is peanuts. However, we've replaced it with pumpkin seeds, toasted pumpkin seeds, to make our operations free from peanuts. So you can let the customer know, if somebody says or somebody knows what a dukkha is, they will automatically think that there is peanuts in this. So you can say, no, we don't use peanuts, we use pumpkin seeds as the base of our dukkha. So again, so the long rectangle pieces of bread, and we put the dukkha on top, and then we bake it. So it's a nice toasted bread with bit of the dukkha. It's like a seasoning. So yeah.
Let's go to the next one. So fried halloumi slab. So it's the same halloumi slab how we do it. So we have removed the sesame on our production, so it doesn't contain sesame anymore. It have got a dairy and gluten as normal. So and we are putting pistachio nuts at the end, so that can be removed if someone wants nuts free. So it can be removed easily. So let's go to the next one. Okay, oyster.
Okay, so let me just go through the oysters.
Okay.
So you got 3 different kinds of oysters now. Again, same oysters that we're using, just 3 different ways. First of all is your Sydney Rock oysters. It's freshly sucked. It's $8 per piece now, and 3 pieces minimum per order. And we are using yuzu kosho Tabasco mignonette. It's a mouthful. Kosho is basically soy sauce. In Japanese way of saying soy sauce. That's what kosho is. So yuzu kosho Tabasco mignonette, and then served with fresh lemon. So nothing much going on there. But then it gets interesting after that. It's oyster crudo. The same oyster we're gonna use, and we're gonna put finger lime. This couple of new ingredients. One of the new ingredient is finger lime. Finger lime is like a long piece of lemon, and it's got little bubbles, little pops of lemon. Looks like a caviar. And if you guys know Tobiko by now, that's the little caviar flying fish roll that we use. So we're gonna mix that together, and we're gonna put it on top of the oyster, and then we're gonna put a little bit of the mignonette on top, and then we're gonna serve it. So that's your oyster crudo, and with fresh lemon on the side. Any notes on that?
It have got gluten, so because of Tobiko, it have the gluten.
Right. So Tobiko, the Tobiko, that fish egg that we're talking about, it has gluten. Where that gluten is coming from, I'm not entirely sure, but most likely comes from the soy sauce or the seasoning that they use for the preservation of the fish eggs. So bottom line, Tobiko, anywhere where there's Tobiko, it is a gluten product. So this oyster product is not gluten free. But if you remove the Tobiko, it's gluten free again. But then if you remove the Tobiko, you don't have to pay $12. So just tell them to get the fresh oysters, you know. So that's that. Then you have the grilled oysters. So the grilled oysters, again, the freshly shark Sydney Rock oysters. With what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a little bit of the Tobiko, then the Calabrian chili Nduja is the nduja that we spoke about before. So the Calabrian chili is there one extra space. Shit. So the Calabrian chili nduja, we're gonna put a little bit of that on top of the oyster, and then we made a new sauce. It's like it's a butter sauce. When we go to the sauce, we will explain to you. It's a butter emulsion sauce, and we're gonna put that sauce, and then we're gonna shave a lot of pecorino, and then we're gonna grill it, bake it. So when it comes out, it's gonna have all that buttery, the gooey cheesiness with the bit of the spiciness with the nduja, and then it's gonna have the bite from the tobiko. So that's your grilled oyster. Once again, not gluten free. It's, as a matter of fact, it actually have beef in it because Calabrian chili nduja is made with beef.
Yeah.
It's a beef paste essentially. And yeah, so that's that. Any notes?
That's all.
Okay, so moving to ocean nibbles. Broiled herb, butter, escargot, same.
Nothing changed.
Changed.
Yeah.
Now,
So, chili-
the biggest change. Okay, you go. Tell them about the octopus.
So we are getting we have replaced the calamari with the chili lime fried octopus. So octopus we are sous vide cooking in the production, and then in the venue we are getting the already pre-cooked octopus. So we're gonna quickly
What?
so we're gonna do a quick egg wash and then fry with the chili lime spice flour. Okay.
Right, you're talking about how you're gonna cook it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Then they don't need to know that. It's basically salt and pepper. Instead of salt and pepper calamari, we're doing salt and pepper octopus.
Octopus, but the octopus is already sous vide cooked. And if someone wants a gluten free, we can still.
Are we saying it in the sous vide cook?
No, we
No,
don't.
they don't need to know that.
Oh,
'Cause
okay.
they don't need to know that. But okay, what he's trying to say is there's a bit of a process in the background because octopus is tough
Very
meat.
tough, yeah.
So we have some processes in the background to make the meat tender. So what he's saying is we cook it for a few hours in the production in sous vide. Sous vide is basically cooking it in a temperature controlled water bath. You can do that research yourself. It's pretty straightforward. And then we bring it here, and then we coat it with the flour, egg, and everything, and then we fry it. Essentially, our salt and pepper calamari is
replaced with the,
is being replaced.
with the octopus.
Yeah.
And but it's a plating is a little bit different with this one. We are now using the pumpkin cream, pumpkin and chestnut. We say pumpkin velouté.
Here we're saying pumpkin velouté.
But it's a pumpkin and chestnut cream. So it's served with the pumpkin and chestnut cream. Comes with we have introduced the new lime aioli. It's called squiding and finger lime aioli. So we serve with the squiding finger lime aioli and the pumpkin velouté. So it can be made gluten free. If someone wants gluten free, we can just grill it instead of frying it. So we can still do the gluten free.
It's not the same anymore. Like
Yeah.
it's not fried octopus. This product. I don't think you wanna do gluten free. But if they really want, then it's not a fried. It's not fried anymore. We can just pan toss it
Fantastic. Or
And-
we can grill it otherwise.
or grill it.
Grill it.
But that's about it.
Yeah.
But we're doing whole tentacles.
Whole tentacles. Yeah, we're gonna do 3 tentacles.
Three tentacles. So
three whole
Yeah,
tentacles. It's gonna
it's
be enough.
about that size.
Yeah,
So
three.
each of those tentacles, essentially, it's just gonna be plated like a dish, and the tentacles gonna stacked on top,
Yeah.
and then we're gonna garnish it nicely. That's
with the
that's
garlic
that.
sauce and
All right, okay. Let me run you through the new garlic prawns. So we're calling it the garlic and rosso king prawns.
yeah, we're gonna use the whole.
So 5 whole king prawns we're gonna use. The prawns are gonna be in the shell. We're cutting the shell in half and opening them up like a butterfly, and we're gonna grill them, and then we're gonna stack them up on top of the plate with the rosso sauce. Rosso is essentially your nap sauce or pomodoro sauce, however you wanna call it, but
It's a creamy roast.
we're making it creamy. We're adding cream in there. We're
Vodka roast sauce.
yeah,
vodka.
yeah, the vodka, the orange color, the vodka sauce that we make. So we're using that one. Again, not much there, and of course we're serving it with some soldier toast.
Soldier toast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, crab cake. Let me explain this thing. So there's many different versions of crab cake. There's no right. There's no wrong. People do it their own ways. So we have come up with our version, and our version is very close to the traditional traditional version. Just so you are aware. So this is all real crab that we're using. There's a lot of crab we're using. It's like a very good chunk of ball, and one piece. It's one piece.
But it's a big.
It's pretty decent size.
200 grams.
Yeah. So we're gonna bake it fresh when the order comes in, and then it's like a meatball, but it's a crab ball, like a big one. And then we're gonna garnish it with our Tobico Tarragon Barramundi. So Tobico Tarragon Barramundi is the butter emulsion sauce I was talking about before with the oyster. So essentially, it's for you. Or do you need to know? It's just butter,
How?
butter, water,
How?
and herbs, different kinds of herb, and then we emulsify it. So it's like a green color butter sauce.
Like dressing, like thick dressing.
Like a thick dressing, and it's
we are
warm.
replacing with the Tobico butter sauce with that one.
Yeah, the Tobico butter sauce
Gonna be
is
replaced with that.
replaced with this one,
Yeah.
and then we just serve it with some garnish with the squid and finger lime aioli. So squid and finger lime aioli is one of our newest aiolis on this menu. It's a black color aioli because squid is black, and we also add black garlic in there. So black garlic, you can do your research on this. Black garlic takes about 10 to 15 days to actually cook. It's normal garlic, but when you cook it's very low and slow heat for 10 to 15 days, it turns into black, and all the harshness of the garlic goes away, and you have a very smooth, mild garlic flavor. So that we're adding that. So it's a very expensive aioli, but we still keep the price as per normal. Any notes on this?
That's all. Nothing. It have got a gluten and dairy. So
What, the crab cake?
cafe. But
Yeah, so crab cake has gluten and dairy. Where's the
Dairy.
gluten coming from?
uh,
Tobico.
No, it's not a Tobico. We use the breadcrumb for when you are making the cafe. So
All right. So when we're using the crab cake, there's
can't be
breadcrumb in
gluten-free,
it.
It can't be dairy free, so it's already there.
Yeah, and we're using cream also when we're making the ball. So everything's already mixed in it. So this product cannot be really changed. It is what it is.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So let's go to the next page.
Next bit, yeah.
Okay, Butcher's Bite. So we got some interesting products here. Marrow steak tartar. There's no
Nothing
change.
Nothing changed now.
Okay, explain the beef and parmesan cigars to us, Kumar.
So beef and parmesan cigars is we are replicating our meatball to beef and parmesan cigars. So we are making it like more like a long spring roll. We are using a spring roll pastry to make a parmesan and make like a spring roll pastry to make like a cigar shape. So inside stuffing
Like a long spring
pastry.
roll, and
Long spring
we're
roll.
calling it
Long
cigar.
spring- It's not a thick spring roll. It's a thin, long spring roll. So the stuff the taste wise it's more similar to meatball, but yeah we are frying it so it have when someone cut it have a more crispy skin, and but inside it's like really cheesy creamy beef meatball
So
flavor.
in plain English, it's the same meatball wrapped in spring roll pastry, and the shape is a long spring roll like a cigar.
Yeah.
And we're gonna serve three
So it
pieces
is
of that.
in each portion, and they can add one extra for according to they can add one extra. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, next product is Salteña Wagyu Empanada. We already have that's a similar version of the empanada.
But
So Salteña Wagyu Empanada is a version of Argentinian empanada. Empanada has many different versions. This is a Argentinian version that we've done. What makes it Argentinian is the added egg, boiled egg. So when you put boiled egg into the beef mixture, it becomes the traditional Argentinian way of doing empanada. So that's the only difference. And just be careful, I described here as jammy yolk egg. That doesn't mean it's jammy yolk. Yeah, it's just a fancy way of saying it. I just said jammy yolk egg, which means it's just boiled egg with jammy yolk. But once you cook it, it's not going to be really jammy. I know it's a bit contradicting, but it just sounded nice. So I wrote it. And then it's going to be served the same way we're doing: beetroot relish,
Yeah.
bush herb chimichurri verde, and yeah, that's it.
Types, yeah.
Roasted bone marrow.
Nothing changed there.
Nothing changed.
Yeah, we have changed the toppings. So before we used to use.
All right. Okay. Let me go through this. So blue miso. So the roasted bone marrow. Before we used to serve with a mushroom paste, mushroom onion jam. Now we've come up with a new one. It's called blue miso onion marmalade. It's essentially caramelized onion, but the caramelized onion has miso and gorgonzola cheese in it. So the blue comes from the blue gorgonzola, and miso is the miso.
Yeah.
So blue miso onion marmalade. So we'll top that up, and we're gonna put more garnish and stuff on it.
Yeah.
And that's your roasted bone marrow. And the newest addition is hot honey stuffed chicken wings. So three
Pieces.
so 3 pieces. It's not necessarily crispy. We're gonna make the outer skin as crispy as possible, but it's not coated, so that's why it's not gonna be crispy like our current
Current one, yeah.
chicken wings, yeah.
Yeah.
So I do. So we're getting the whole piece of chicken wings,
We debone.
and then they debone it, and then we stuff the chicken wings inside with what?
Seafood. Crab stick, prawn, and then scallop.
Yeah, so we make a paste with crab, prawn, and scallop, and then we pipe it inside the chicken, the chicken wing. Then we close it after we take the bone out. Then we close it, and then we cook it and fry it.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be served with a little bit of
Salad.
salad, smashed cucumber, and garlic scape salad. Garlic scape is like spring onion. You know, everyone knows spring onion. It's like spring onion, but a little bit more crunchier, and it has a very strong flavor of garlic. So it's like little long green stems of garlic. That's the best way to describe it, but when you see it, you'll understand.
Yeah.
Okay, chimichurri churrasco. Yeah, you wanna go?
So I think it's the Brazilian. The recipe is the Brazilian.
Yeah. So it's a chimichurri churrasco, the Brazilian way we're doing it.
So now we are not doing any more skewers, so we are replaced the skewers with the chimichurri churrasco. So before we used to marinate the diced beef with the yogurt and all the spices. Now we are making more plain, and so when we get an order, like we are mixing with the chimichurri at the end and then putting on top of the salad. So salad have got the rocket, fennel, kamut is ancient grain, and so it's also called what do you say called?
What is ancient grain, mate?
Kamut.
I need to, come on. You're gonna explain to the what it is. Okay. So what ancient grain means is, you can do your own research, but
Yeah.
when a particular grain is classified as ancient grain, what that means is that particular grain has not been genetically engineered throughout time. Well, that's the definition, and I don't know if this is a marketing gimmick, but that's what it is. I'm going by what the standard norms are. So kamut is an ancient grain. Kamut is essentially like a grain. It almost tastes like
It's wheat.
wheat grain. Yeah, kind of tastes like rice or a pasta.
It's
You know,
more like a wheat.
you'll see. But
It's more like bigger wheat, like it's not a
chunky.
chunky, a little bit more bigger.
So again,
more-
type of grain. So you can make salad with it. You can add it to anything else you want. So we're gonna make a little salad with that, and then
on top of the salad, we
the-
can put
the Brazilian churrasco. Again, let me just explain. It's beef cubes, just with the Brazilian churrasco style spices. The current marination that we use is a different marination, and we're gonna change the marination to mimic the Brazilian churrasco style marination. And we're gonna put that on top. So that's that. So essentially, it's diced beef cubes, and we're gonna serve 200 grams worth,
200 grams.
roughly 200 grams worth of that.
200 grams. Yeah.
And Beef Ragu Hot Pot is back. Most of the new people you wouldn't know, but all the old stuff, they know what that is. One of our best-selling products. So Beef Ragu Hot Pot is back. It's basically our beef ragu in the red sauce, and we're gonna put it in the hot pot. And when you serve that, just be careful. The pot's gonna be hot, so you need to tell the customer that please be careful. The pot is really hot, and that's gonna be served with our soldier tukka toast that I explained to you guys earlier. Okay, let's go to the next page. Salad. Did we change all the salads? Yeah, we did.
Pretty much all salads.
So pretty much all the salads are changed. Okay, let me go through this very quickly. So chef's signature market salad. That is replacing our Greek salad. Essentially, it's Greek salad, but we've played with the ingredients a little bit, so it's not fair to call it a Greek salad anymore. But it's got most of the essence of a traditional, typical Greek salad. So you can, if the customer wants a Greek salad, you can always recommend them this salad.
There's added shishito pepper.
So blistered shishito pepper. So shishito pepper is a Japanese type pepper. It's a little pepper like a bullhorn pepper, very thin skin,
Yeah.
and we grill it, and it's very mild. It's very smoky flavor. It's a very nice ingredient, a very interesting ingredient. So when you add that into the salad, it'll add a little bit a new dynamics to it. So, and then we have the crumb feta, gremolata herb crumbs, and all these other things. It's gonna be served in a different way, which I'm not gonna go into it right now, but you'll see when we do it. So that's your chef's signature market salad. Then we have Ruby Orchard rocket salad. That's the rocket pear salad that we do. But what we're doing is, what are we adding?
We are adding
raspberry and grapefruit.
Raspberry and grapefruit, and then up here we are not giving any more sliced one. We're gonna be more Julian cosmos.
So we have then we have, okay, so everyone got that, the Ruby Orchard rocket salad. We're adding raspberry and grapefruit on top.
Yeah.
Okay, then we have charred octopus and fennel salad. Charred octopus and fennel salad. Yeah, right. So again, the same octopus is the whole tentacles, or we're dicing whole tentacles.
Yeah.
So we're gonna grill the whole tentacles, and we're gonna make a salad with olives, tomato, grapefruit, some finger lime, and forbidden puff rice. So if you guys know the current the black rice that we do, so we're gonna fry the black rice and it's become crispy and a little bit of puffy. So we're gonna add that into the salad. We're gonna use that component for a lot of our other garnishes and whatever. So yeah, we're gonna make the salad, then we're gonna put the octopus on top, and the salad is gonna be very fresh and vibrant because we're gonna one of the main ingredient of the lime vinaigrette that we are gonna use in this salad is olive oil. So it's gonna be very clean, refreshing salad. Okay, then we have burrata and ancient grain fregola salad. Fregola is the pasta, right?
Yeah. Roasted pasta.
Roasted pasta. So fregola sarda, that's the full name. Fregola sarda. Fregola sarda is a type of pasta that is made with semolina, right?
Semolina.
Yeah. So this pasta. It's a toasted pasta. So they toast the semolina when I don't know if they make the pasta then toast it or toast the semolina and then make it. I don't know. But anyways, it's toasted semolina pasta. Normally pasta is made out of flour. This one's made out of semolina.
It's more like a grain, like small size. It's not
Yeah. Small little balls like beads.
Yeah.
And the ancient grain also, which is kamut. We're gonna mix that and then what?
We're mixing the pesto.
Oh, it's gonna mix with pesto and tomatoes.
Tomato, yeah.
And then topped with burrata.
Yeah.
So we have burrata and stracciatella both in the menu.
No,
Now,
burrata
when we
is
say
this.
stracciatella, you're
We're
just
gonna
gonna break the burrata.
That's
Okay, just so you understand. So burrata, if you know that the burrata ball, that is the cheese. What's inside the burrata, that gooey creamy part, that is called stracciatella. So once you break the burrata and you sort of, it becomes like the gooey part, that becomes the stracciatella cheese. So yeah. So when we say burrata, it's gonna be the whole ball. Where it says stracciatella, it's gonna be broken. That's that.
different.
Right, and Genovese basil and pine nuts pesto. That's the pesto sauce. We make it in house. There's many different versions of pesto, but when we say Genovese basil and pine nuts pesto, that is the utmost traditional recipe, original recipe for a pesto. And we're following the absolute OG recipe for the pesto. That's why we can call it Genovese basil and pine nuts pesto. So if somebody asks, that is your explanation. Originally pesto was invented in Genovese, and that is the original recipe of a pesto, and we are following that recipe.
So it's just a pesto and basil, like some pine nuts and basil, and then other ingredient. No any other extra mixed sauce like parsley or any other green leaves. It's just the basil and pine nuts.
Yeah,
Pine nuts.
it's very rich, very nice. It's an excellent pesto, just how pesto should be.
Yeah.
Okay, bitter leaf and citrus salad. Why bitter leaf? Because we're using radicchio. Radicchio is a red lettuce which has a slight bitter taste to it. It's not bad. It's just adult type bitter. But it's not like bitter. So that and it's like a garden salad. So anyone wants a garden salad, you tell them to get the bitter leaf and citrus salad. We don't have the garden salad side dish anymore. Right, and kids meal, chicken bites, same, and fregola napolitana. Do we have the penne?
No, we don't have penne. We have either we have it with the gnocchi or the.
Okay, so no more penne. If the mom wants Penne, if we can't, we can do fettuccine? No.
No.
Gnocchi.
Gnocchi, we have
So if they don't, explain them what fregola is. It's like little tiny balls, ball pasta, and if they don't want that, we can give them gnocchi.
gnocchi.
We have two types of gnocchi, right?
Yeah, one is
okay.
vegan,
We'll
one is
we'll
vegan
explain to that.
gluten-free, yeah.
Okay, and the kids ice cream and all that.
Yes, same.
Right.
Now the pasta.
What is this pasta series?
Yeah, pasta is more interesting now. Not the most complicated and interesting.
Okay, so pasta. So pretty much all the pastas have changed.
Yeah. Only crab linguine is not changed. Besides everything is changed. Only crab linguine pasta has been changed with the lungi.
Alright, okay. Let me go through it. So first one is beef short rib ragu and duck ravioli. So, so what we're doing is the ravioli, the square little ravioli. They got a pretty decent size. How many ravioli?
5.
So about that size, five pieces of that.
Larger.
The ravioli is gonna be stuffed with duck, right? Not beef. Ravioli is gonna be stuffed with duck, and it's gonna be served on a bed of beef short rib ragu. So there's gonna be beef short rib ragu sauce, and then the ravioli is gonna be on top of that. And again, on the description, you'll see what we say is Calabrian chili sausage in classic pomodoro. What that means is the red sauce, nap sauce. Excuse me, the nap sauce. What we're using, we're gonna add the beef enduja. It's just another way of saying enduja, Calabrian chili sausage, the beef paste. So it's gonna have a more richer, slightly spicier a taste to it, and then we're gonna garnish it with hazelnut and pecorino.
Everything.
All right. Yeah. Anything else? Any allergens or?
It have got nuts. It have got.
So yeah, we put C in there, so it contains nut. The nut is coming from where? Hazelnut. Hazelnut. Okay. Then we have pan fried wagyu lasagna. Like you gotta go on this one. So go.
So lasagna, we are making lasagna with we have replaced the lasagna with from the bolognese. So we used to do bolognese. Now we have replaced the lasagna with the bolognese.
The bolognese pasta.
Bolognese pasta. So everyone knows lasagna is a pasta sauce, like you whatever you want to put. Like if you want to have ours is pasta bolognese, pasta sheet bolognese, cheese, pasta sheet. So we are making a big layer
Bechamel.
And a lot of layers. Like we are making 10 layers of lasagna sheet, and then we are cooking at the back. So when we get an order, so we are getting a lasagna sheet in a slab, more like a slab, lasagna in a slab. So when you
okay, let me say. So we're cooking the whole slab of lasagna big, and it's gonna be quite high because we have a lot of layers going on. It's gonna be a big slab. We're gonna take the slab out, and we're gonna cut it in like rectangle pieces. So it's gonna sort of
more like a slab,
like that.
Yeah, 3 centimeters.
Yeah, it's gonna lasagna. So normally lasagna you'll have layer like that, but when we're gonna serve, you're gonna see the cross section of the layers, and we're gonna serve it like that. So like on the top, you're gonna see all the 10-12 layers that we're gonna have. It's gonna be like that, and then we're gonna brush it with some pesto on top.
Yeah. Base will be the nap sauce and.
Yeah, nap sauce and cheese on top, and yeah, but once we actually cut the lasagna, we're gonna pan fry it. We're gonna fry it like that. That before we serve it with the sauce, and then we're gonna serve it on the plate. These things are a little bit complicated to understand for you over this, but when you see it, you'll understand it. It's pretty straightforward. Okay, squiding fregola with enduja prawn. I'll try to explain this, but you have to see this product. So essentially, this whole thing is gonna be black. We're using the fregola pasta, right?
Yeah, fregola with the squiding.
So what we're doing is we're gonna get the octopus. So the whole octopus that we're gonna have, the tentacles are gonna be used for
all the
salad and the fried octopus and all that. The head, we're gonna chop it. We're gonna dice it, very small little cubes. We're gonna dice it. So essentially, the fregola pasta is small little beads, and then you got the small little octopus. So all that is gonna be cooked together with a black squiding sauce. So everything's gonna be mixed together, and you're gonna see all black. So you wouldn't even know that the squid is actually in there, because you cannot see the actual squid, because the squid is mixed in that black sauce along with the fregola pasta. But the amount of squid we're gonna put is almost 50-50, to 50% pasta, 50% squid.
Not
so
squid,
octopus. So when you bite into it, you should have the bite of the pasta and bite of the squid or the octopus together. And on top, what are we putting on top? The whole king prawns. How many? 3.
3 pieces.
Yeah. And on top we're gonna put the with the shell.
With the shell.
Yeah.
With
so
the shell, right.
so we're gonna put with the shell, butterfly opened,
More
3.
like a garlic brown.
Yeah, more like the garlic prawns. So the 3 of those prawns on top.
Of the pasta.
And at the bottom it's gonna look like more like a risotto, so a black risotto. But in the risotto, we have fregola pasta and actual squid that's almost gonna taste like the pasta itself. Again, we'll give you taste tasting so you'll understand this product. Okay, truffle pesto gnocchi with burrata. Which gnocchi are we using? This is the ricotta gnocchi.
If someone wants the vegan one, then only use the vegan ricotta.
Okay, so we have 2 kinds of ricotta. I'll come to that.
Yeah.
For the truffle pesto gnocchi, we're using ricotta gnocchi. If you know what gnocchi is, it's flour and potato mix. So this one is ricotta and flour. There is still a bit of potato in there, but there's a massive amount of ricotta in there.
When you bite, you can feel.
So this pasta is not dairy free. The pasta itself is not dairy free. However, we have another version of gnocchi, which is what? Just normal potato gnocchi.
Potato gnocchi, but it's a gluten free and dairy free. Sorry, gluten free. It's vegan.
That's vegan gnocchi.
Vegan
Yeah.
and-
So we have another kind of gnocchi that we have. We are actually using that gnocchi for a product, which I will come to it. But for now, just so you know, if somebody wants gluten free pasta, we're just gonna give them the gnocchi.
Gnocchi, yeah.
Okay. So now, if somebody asks gluten free pasta, we're gonna give them the vegan or a vegan pasta. We're gonna use the gluten free gnocchi that we have. So it's gluten free, is vegan, vegetarian, and all that. So we're gonna use that gnocchi. Yes, all dietary is covered with that. I was gonna just say something. Anyways, okay. So the truffle pesto gnocchi, it's a rustic pillow style gnocchi, not the ones that has the fork marks, not those ones. So it's very soft, very pillowy, and it's gonna cook with our pesto, and we're gonna put a little burrata on top. Very clean, vibrant, refreshing pasta. Then we have our best-selling pasta, crab linguine, which stays as it is. However, we've added another layer to it. If you see down the bottom, it says ++, upgrade to tableside lobster experience. So the same crab linguine, they can add a lobster, a whole 600-gram lobster to it. I'll make a video on how to serve this. It will be served tableside. So essentially, Kumar will send the lobster and the pasta in a pan, in a special pan, and
With other sides.
with some garnishes and stuff. So I'll explain that on the next video. I won't go through much. And so your job will be to plate the pasta in front of the customer, cut the lobster, put it on top. You're gonna light the pasta up. We'll show all that on the video. So that's that.
One thing to add is that we use the squidding linguine, no more the normal linguine.
So we use the squidding linguine for the what? For the crab linguine. Okay. So the crab, it's a squidding.
Previously, we used to use the plain linguine,
The white
normal-
linguine.
white
Yeah.
normal linguine. But now we have changed it to squidding linguine. So it's gonna be squidding linguine, not like we are not adding the squidding at the end. It's a linguine still squidding. So they can't say no squidding.
Okay. So if somebody wants a vegan pasta,
Yeah.
we can't give them. We can't do it.
No.
They go to the other one, the one we have.
Vegan dish.
But any of this pasta can be made vegetarian. Well, truffle pesto is vegetarian, right?
That's vegetarian.
That's
but
vegetarian.
Just once you put
Nothing else can be really made vegetarian. But all of them
if you
can
want
be.
vegan, then we can do the vegan pasta. We can do the gnocchi with the tomato based sauce. That's not
Yeah, but what if gluten free? The beef short rib
that's not gluten free.
can be made gluten free with the gluten free pasta.
We can make it the
Everything else is gluten-free
but
here.
They can't have the ravioli. They have to have the
Yeah, so we just replace the ravioli
with the ravioli
with the gnocchi,
yes.
with the gluten free gnocchi.
Yes.
Then it's fine.
Yeah. Then
All the other ingredients are gluten free.
Yeah.
Then the lasagna
Then can't do
to can't do anything. The
fregola
fregola.
again same. If we
No, you
replace the-
can't because the squidding has gluten. Squidding has gluten, so you cannot make that gluten free. So yeah, now you cannot make that pasta gluten free.
Pesto gnocchi.
Pesto gnocchi, yeah, you can make it gluten free.
with the vegan gnocchi.
Yeah, vegan gnocchi and crab linguine.
Until unless we have tobiko, we can remove the tobiko
Yeah, so if we remove the tobiko
and then
replace the pasta,
It's gonna be
it's gonna be gluten free.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So those are the discussions. So you No. Okay, now we're going to the next page, grilled and baked. Okay, smoked miso nor burger. It's our creation of the burger. It's probably gonna be actually the most expensive burger in Sydney. Let's see how this goes. But there's justification behind it. We're not just charging them $42 for any other Joe Blow's burger. It's a proper thick 300 gram meat. And again, keep in mind the meat that we're using expensive meat, proper steak meat, lamb, duck, whatever we're using, expensive meat. So if you are gonna buy a 300 gram steak, that's costing you $60-70. So there's a proper justification behind it. So we're going you the beef patty or the meat patty is 3 parts: 100 grams of beef, 100 grams of duck, and 100 grams of lamb. All premium beef meats. Sorry, all premium different meats. We're mixing it together. Your ultimate product is not gamey at all. It does not taste like lamb, does not taste like beef, does not taste like duck. It just tastes nice. It just tastes different. It just tastes good, really good. So we're gonna serve it medium to medium well. More to medium well. It's a very thick piece, so we want to cook it as much as possible. If somebody wants medium rare, go speak to the chef and see what we can do. And we're gonna have provolone cheese, some cucumber pickle, and then remember the caramelized onion I was talking about. We're gonna use the miso gorgonzola caramelized onion.
It have got alcohol, so
It's got the what?
alcohol.
Where's the alcohol?
The miso gorgonzola caramelized onion have the alcohol, like, so we have it.
What alcohol? The red wine jus.
Red wine jus.
Oh, so we're using the red wine jus. Okay, yeah, there's gonna be a little bit of red wine jus to give it that beefiness. So if somebody wants halal or no alcohol, we remove that one. And then the black garlic and finger lime aioli, which is that black aioli. That's why it's called smoked miso nor burger. And you can add a basket of chips for $7. Remember, small chips, basket of chips is I think $9
But only for
from the side. Only for the burger. If they order the burger, they can add these chips for $7 extra. Only when they're ordering it, not after. Oh, can I add now after half an hour? No, you can't. $7 when they're ordering. So you tell them, if they're ordering the burger, would you like to add a small basket of cheese for $7? Normally it's $9. Okay? Alright, velvet chicken soup stream. What are we doing new here?
Here we are putting the fregola and
Okay, nothing much, but just the bottom of the chicken. We have the fregola and the ancient grain salad. Everything is pretty straightforward, and we have the pumpkin and chestnut cream, which is a pumpkin puree essentially. Okay, crispy skin barramundi. We're calling Old Bay crispy skin barramundi. Old Bay is a classic seasoning. Everyone should know about it. It's a very old school seasoning. So we're gonna use that to season our barramundi, just to give it a little bit more flavor. And serving is gonna be with what? Fennel, young garlic, scape, and grapefruit salad, like a nice, vibrant, refreshing salad. Yeah, summer type salad. And then we're gonna put that butter emulsion sauce, that green color butter sauce around it, and we're gonna garnish with some puffed rice and charred asparagus underneath the fish, and that's it. Then we have butter poached lobster, whole lobster, served with broccolini. This is not table side. We're just gonna serve it as it is, right? Yeah. So whole lobster, broccolini, pumpkin chestnut puree, gremolata crumbs, and the butter sauce.
So gremolata crumb will be inside
All right.
lobster head, so it's not like we are putting outside.
Okay, let me just explain this properly. So we're gonna break the lobster head. We're gonna deshell it. The head has lots of juice and stuff in it. So we're gonna stuff the head with not too much, just a little bit of the gremolata herb crumbs, so everything stays intact in there. So when the customer picks up the head, they can take it out. It's almost like a stuffing that is gonna be mixed with all that rich flavor from the lobster head. And the meat, we're gonna take the meat out. We're gonna cook it from the lobster, and then we're gonna serve it on top of that empty shell. So when we present it, you'll see how we do it. Okay, herb crusted mushrooms with gnocchi fritto. Okay, you wanna go? Okay, this is a rather complicated dish. We'll see how this one goes. So the herb crusted mushroom is the same mushroom we're doing, the portobello mushroom, and we're gonna crust it with the herbs, and we're gonna bake it. That's one component of it. Then the vegan gnocchi that we were talking about, we're gonna deep fry it. So it's gonna puff up. It's gonna have a little bit of that crispy bite to it. It's still gonna be soft. It's not gonna be crunchy. It's gonna have a slight crispy skin outside, but it's still gonna be nice and soft. So
We fry the.
we're gonna put a bed of the pumpkin chestnut puree. We're gonna put the. Are we mixing it with, or just putting it directly on the bed?
We are mixing the gnocchi with the salad, like everything. We just
Okay,
toss with
so
everything.
almost like a pasta. After the gnocchi is fried,
fry in the pan,
we're gonna
dry
fry it,
fry, so
yeah,
nothing
dry,
oil.
yeah, like a stir fry
Stir fry
in the
for it.
pan
Yep.
with spring garlic, shallots,
Salads. There's a
like garlic and butter and stuff, like almost like a pasta. And then we're gonna plate the dish.
On top of the pumpkin and chestnut puree. On top of the pumpkin, after that, we put the frosted mushroom on top of the pasta.
The mushroom goes on top.
Yeah.
Okay.
You say.
Then we added the steak and the two steak platters
Yeah. It's taken
in this category. So you have the steak and rib platter. It's gonna be served with sirloin and beef short rib, and it's gonna come with the tallow puree at the bottom, broccolini and carrots on either side. It's gonna come in the copper platter all together, not separately. Then we have the
So here change. We used to do the squash before. Now we have changed to sirloin now. So they don't understand that. We used to do squash before.
right.
Yeah. Now it's
So
sirloin.
yeah, steak and rib platter comes with sirloin and beef short rib. When I go to the steak part, you'll see why, because the Scotch fillet is MB7 now. Then we have the steak tasting platter, sirloin, MB9 skirt steak, and MB4 eye fillet. 3 steaks. Comes with any side dishes? No, it doesn't. Just a bit of mash.
And we don't put red wine in here, so it's now alcohol free. So it doesn't contain alcohol.
Yeah. So we're still gonna
Cut in half.
Cut in half.
Yeah.
All right, going to the next page, guys. Mastercards. There's not a lot to explain here, but I'll just explain the main changes. MB2 sirloin. Is it MB2 or MB4? MB2.
MB2 sirloin.
Okay. MB2 sirloin. That's the price changes are there. You can see it. No changes there. Then MB9. Oh, by the way, so the orientation have changed of the menu a little bit. So we just wanted to keep everything sort of together instead of separating the wagyu. So we put all the sirloins together, all the eye fillets together. So if they want a cheap eye fillet, or not cheap, like if they want like the MB4 eye fillet, or if they want an MB9 eye fillet, it's all there right in front of them. So okay, MB9 wagyu sirloin we have. Then we have. We don't do the MB7 anymore. Now what we have added is the Japanese A5. So what Japanese A5 means is A5 is the Japanese way of grading it, and you see I've put the wavy mark. That means A5 equivalent to MB9 plus plus. It's not MB9. Plus plus means it can go all the way to MB12. So the wavy mark means equivalent to, not equals to, equivalent to. So A5 Japanese grading A5 is equivalent to Australian MB9 plus plus. So it means it can go all the way to MB12. So it's a very expensive piece of meat. We're gonna serve 200 grams of it for $259.
Yeah, it's a slab,
Like a little slab.
no fat at all. So like no fat cap or anything. Like you don't see any
Yeah.
fat. You
So he's
can
gonna trim all the
all
fat
the fat
out,
out, and
and
then
it's
we
gonna
just
be
gonna
like a slab of meat. Okay, then we have the MB7. So Scotch fillet is MB7 now. So we're gonna serve it MB7 now. If you know, our customers, they like to complain about the Scotch fillet because it's too fatty. Well, that's what it is. So what we're gonna do to avoid that problem, we're gonna slice the Scotch fillet from the kitchen, and because it's MB7, it's gonna have more fat, and the fat eye is gonna be even bigger than ever before. So it's hard to deal with it. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna slice it, we're gonna cut that fat out, we're gonna throw it, and then we're gonna serve it nicely served, so they can't really complain. Yeah, so we're gonna serve it sliced,
Yeah.
right? So that's your MB7 Scotch fillet. Then we have MB4 eye fillet, same. MB9,
So Wagyu MB9 is same.
same.
Yeah.
And then we're adding MB9 Wagyu skirt steak. So let me explain something here. So this is, see the first one, the Wagyu sirloin we're serving, which is Japanese A5 full blood Wagyu. So full blood Wagyu means the heritage of the Wagyu, it's all the same breed of Wagyu. I've made a video about crossbreed and all that, which I can send you guys later on. But full blood is the highest quality of breed of Wagyu cattle that you can get. That's a Japanese cattle. But here we have MB9 Wagyu skirt steak. That is full blood still, but it's Australian. It's not Japanese. It's Australian full blood Wagyu. What that means is they basically got the genetics or the sperm of that cattle, and they've breed that cattle here. And as they keep on breeding over and over again, they don't crossbreed with other breeds. So they're only breeding it within that full blood cattle. So that is it's a very high grade Wagyu cattle. However, it's a skirt steak. So skirt steak is not the most tender steak of the animal. If you are getting a skirt steak from a MB2 animal, it's gonna be very tough and chewy. You can't eat it. But because we're getting it from such a high quality cattle, the meat is gonna be quite tender.
But it's
Not the same thing, guys. So you gotta think
this.
about it and let the customer manage the customer's expectation. So customer will be like, okay, there's the MB9 skirt steak for $78, and then there's the MB9 sirloin for $259. It's not the same, right?
Yeah, it's not the same. It's not MB9 steak. It's MB9 skirt steak. It's not MB9 tenderloin or it's not MB9 sirloin. It's a skirt, so it's expect it to be. It's gonna be a little bit tough than the tenderloin than the sirloin.
Yeah.
And
So if I have to
it's
put
more
it on a scale, the A5 Wagyu 10 on a scale of 10, it's 10 out of 10, right? The tenderness. A skirt MB9. Okay, now let's go the MB9 Wagyu sirloin. On that scale of 10 would go probably on 8, maybe 8, 7 or 8.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the skirt steak is probably gonna be sitting on that 6.
Not even 6, less than 6. Wagyu rump will be.
Wagyu rump will be around the 6, 7 mark. This is probably on the 5.
4, 5.
But again, guys, this is still extremely tender.
Tender.
The MB2 sirloin and the MB9 skirt steak is probably on that similar tenderness level, just for reference. All right, short rib, same, no changes. Hot stone is still there. Then if we go to the next one, it's our reserve prime cuts.
Yeah.
Okay, T-bone same, porterhouse same, ribeye same, but it's a different brand of ribeye. Nothing much. Tomahawk same. Prices have gone up.
We have increased. We have made 1.5 kilo, but
Did we?
yeah, 1.5.
Oh, so it's 1.5 kilo, not 1.4 anymore.
Yeah, so
And the price has gone up a little also. And then we have the MB9 Tomahawk, which is available on pre-order only. It says on there as well. And the eye fillet pre-order only.
I feel like this one is.
The eye fillet butter steak. Butter steak is normal, and the MB9 salt baked eye fillet is pre-order only. All right. Now let's go to the sides.
sides, yeah.
Steakhouse chips same.
We have got the baked potato, the cocktail bacon back in the menu, like how we used to do before.
Most stuff are new. My dad wouldn't know what's back. So just explain the potato.
So it's a cocktail potato. It's the whole potato. It's gonna be like more small size baby potatoes.
Like little
Small
baby potatoes.
size. So we're gonna fry it till crispy. We're gonna toast it with the andouille, and for the plating we use the
The Tobico, the Tobico Berrymonte at the bottom.
base, and then we put the andouille tossed potato on the top of it, and then remaining is already there. So it's pretty straightforward. So the potato is now we have at the moment,
Anduka.
So at the moment we are serving 2 potatoes, last potato, but now it's changed to this small baby potato. So it's gonna be like more, like at least 8 to 10 pieces in each serving.
Yes, it's a little potatoes. Yeah, little potatoes, 8 to 10 pieces of those little potatoes.
So truffle parmesan chips, no change, nothing changed there.
Maripon puree, no
nothing
change.
changed. Carrot, nothing changed. Corn ribs, we have got rid of remoulade at the moment of remoulade spicy aioli. So we have
Replaced with black truffle,
roasted
black truffle and roasted garlic cream, which is our truffle aioli.
And we have replaced with chimichurri as well. We have added chimichurri, like more like chimichurri. We used to put chimichurri oil. Now we're gonna put more chimichurri.
Okay, and then the broccoli is same.
Nothing changed. Nothing. Asparagus, we have changed hollandaise to Tobican Tarragon Vermonte. So we are replacing the hollandaise with the Tobican Tarragon Vermonte. So and mushroom, nothing changed. That's it.
Mushroom, yeah, nothing really changed. Okay, let's go to the surf and turf. So surf and turf comes with whole different range of options now. So first is the broiled whole lobster. They can have the whole lobster as a surf and turf. $199 extra, so they can get a $60 steak or a $70 steak, and they can add a $200 surf and turf on top. The way this is gonna be presented is lobster head, then the shell.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, then the shell, and then on top of the shell, like it's an empty shell. On top of the shell, we're gonna put the steak, and then the meat on top, and then the tail sticking out.
Yeah,
So that's gonna
on
be
the
the
shell.
presentation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be on the tail at the bottom.
Yeah, that's that. Then, or they can have 2 whole char-grilled octopus tentacles
Yeah. 2 grilled prawns.
to grill the butterfly prawns in the shell. Or they can order a surf and turf royale for $219. It's basically, we're gonna take the whole lobster, we're gonna dice up the lobster into little cubes, and we're gonna dice the octopus tentacles also, and then we're gonna stir fry it with a little bit of the Nduja butter, garlic scapes, confit garlic, and then we're gonna put it back into on top of the shell. So head, then the lobster, and then the tail. So that's the presentation of it. No, sorry, head, then the meat, the steak, then the
This
stir fry.
one, so this is gonna be head. Then you're gonna put the shell, and you put the meat over there.
What meat? The steak meat.
Not the steak, the royal with the
royal meat, yeah.
Lobster and the
Octopus.
meat.
How is it surf and turf?
This is soft.
We need to serve it with the steak.
This is just the soft and royal.
Yeah, now we need to serve it with the steak. You can serve it separately then serve the meat. It still needs to go on the same plate.
Yeah,
Surf and turf.
this is soft and royal. That if you
Now
are
I get it,
yeah.
but you still need to serve it on the same plate. Then get the
okay,
big
yeah,
platter.
Yeah. We're gonna put on the same.
If you don't want to put the meat, because there's gonna be a lot of meat.
Meat, and then we're gonna put the steak. Then we're gonna put the meat on the top.
That's what I said in the beginning, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So again, head, a big platter, head, then the empty shell, the steak, and then the meat on top, and then the little leg, the tail sticking out. So these are surf and turf. So they need to be served with the steak,
yeah.
together. Somebody wants specifically on the side, sure, we can do it, no problem. Okay, sauces. Don't get scared with the sauces. It's almost same, but let me just explain to you that we have changed the recipes, but we have really changed the names a lot. So truffle and roasted champignon mushroom cream, mushroom sauce. Yeah, essentially it's mushroom sauce. We're gonna add truffle in there, and we're gonna add champignon is a type of little mushrooms that we're gonna add. So our mushroom sauce is gonna have little chunky mushrooms in there now. So that's the first one. Native pepperberry and green peppercorn sauce. So it's peppercorn sauce. Then native pepperberry is the
More spicy, more like Sichuan pepper.
okay. So you know if you've been to Chinese restaurants or a hot pot, they use those Sichuan peppers. It's our Australian version of those Sichuan peppers. So it's got similar that numbing taste, very strong.
It's strong. It's also like more like pepper. Both mixes more spicy.
Yeah.
More that nummy taste.
Very
but
smoky
very
flavor.
strong,
Very
we
strong.
don't put a lot, but still it have got a good taste.
Yeah. So anything when I say native means it's Australian. That's what native means. So we're gonna add that into a green peppercorn sauce. Then we have roasted shallot and burgundy bonjour. Just red wine shoe, guys. That's it.
Everything
Bush herb chimichurri verde. Chimichurri sauce.
with the bush herb. That bush herb.
Oh, bush herb.
Bush herb is a Australian herb, Australian mix native herb. It normally have with the Australian native
Lemon myrtle and
myrtle.
yeah, lots of different products. It's all Australian native herbs
Tomatoes
mixed
and-
together.
Yeah.
So we're gonna add that into the chimichurri, so it becomes bush herb chimichurri verde. Essentially chimichurri sauce.
So
To-
we can
Tobacco and tarragon berrymonte. Tarragon is a herb. Everyone should know. That's the buttery emulsion sauce that we're talking about. It's basically a buttery emulsion, like a thick butter sauce, green color. Charred habanero and smoked honey barbecue. Our spicy barbecue sauce, but the recipe has completely changed. Slightly more spicier, little bit thinner in the texture, and more smoky. It's really nice. It's much better now. Then truffle and roasted garlic cream. It's truffle aioli, basically. Creme, not cream. Creme means smooth. Anything like a smooth sauce, smooth texture is a creme. So truffle and roasted garlic cream. Somebody says, "Do you have truffle aioli?" Yes, the truffle and roasted garlic cream. That's what it is. We have two aioli, right? The finger lime aioli and the truffle aioli.
Excluding finger lime aioli and the truffle aioli.
Yeah.
It's coming next month.
So the next one is the black garlic squidding and finger lime aioli. I've explained this to you guys already. Next one is chili. These are not sauces, but it's there if somebody wants for it. Chili cured beef Nduja. This is something that you might say, who's gonna want it? Because you can order the chili cured beef Nduja and have it with your steak. Order some bread on the side. So it's really nice if you wanna to spread it on your steak. It's very nice.
It's more like a spread. So
More like a spread. Almost like a beef butter, if you may. Are we doing beef butter anymore?
no.
No, because we don't have the harissa butter. We're not using harissa anymore.
Well, we wanna make the beef butter with the the tomahawk and everything.
So add it.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's okay. But
All right. We might add the beef butter in there as well. Or the garlic harissa butter. Anyways, then we have the whipped feta and beetroot relish. You guys all know what that is, and the Genovese basil and pine nuts pesto. If somebody wants it, it's there. And then you got the cigars at the bottom. Prices have gone up. Otherwise, it's all good. All right, so that's pretty much it. I think 1 hour. That was good. We finished in 1 hour. Okay, guys. Any questions? Feel free to reach out to me. Message me directly. Message on the group. Feel free to discuss this on the group so we can all learn from each other's questions and inquiries. Let's see how we go. All right. All the best, guys. Watch out for the test.